Okay, I've been cleaning out the transmission housing. Let's go through what I've found in there. It's taken a lot of paper towels. So this is the bottom of it was absolutely full of dirt, and the oil sample came back that it did have high silica in the transmission. So where's that coming from? Could just be dirty people adding oil. I don't know, but everything's shiny. That looks like converter. It's aluminum converter stuff. So I may be doing a converter. I may have bought a pig in a poke. I might be doing converter. While I'm there, might as well pull the tranny out, go through it, go into the rear end, steering clutches, pinion seal, rams. I hope there ain't nothing wrong with the motor, because then I would be pissed. Super pissed. Oh, I could light all that on fire. Okay, time to go back in with some cat filters. So what am I going to do about all that aluminum in there? Well, I'm probably going to clean the magnetic next one more time. Do some testing, whatever, figure out what I got to do. Do I need to pull the converter and go through it? Am I going to be pulling the clutches? Because if I end up pulling the clutches and the converter, I'm going to have to replace those again. So at this point, I don't see any sense of dumping the oil out. It's fairly clean and it's not black. So we'll run it, see how much more crap comes out. But with all the aluminum I see in there, that really indicates converter bearing is bad or something. Once I get the cab tilted back, I guess I'll make that determination when I pull the sump screen out of the converter and the tranny. Get everything cleaned off. More than likely I'll be pulling the converter. Yeah, I got the tranny filters changed. Let's see if she'll start up without glow plugs. Nope. So she pulls plenty of amperage. 10, 23. Ooh, that's a lot. That's more than it should, unless the amp gauge ain't good calibrated. It'll pop right off, but it tends to miss on one hole a little bit. Okay, so yesterday I went down to Tooele to my friend Dave Hamilton's, and he acquired me the AC heater unit for the 9. In that box over there is a brand new evaporator, and there's a used condenser. And in that box, he gave me a brand new, never been used wiring harness for all this. So I got to thank you for that, Dave. That's awesome. That gives me a huge head start on this. At least I have something to work with now. So I went into my trusty cow ranch store while I was down in Pocatello because my cow ranch in Blackfoot did not have any of these boots. And mine are in bad shape. Inside this one, it's all collapsed in there and it's just killing my foot. So these were $169 and it got me some socks. But first, I'm gonna put this on them. Then I'm gonna go out and get them greasier than crap. Yes, I did try to order them off Chris Guin's channel, but they didn't have the size. They were out of the size I needed, so that's why I didn't buy them from you, Chris. Goodbye, old friends. Ooh, these new ones are nice. Hey, so I got a box here from Bob McCloskey in New Jersey. So let's open it up and see what he sent me. Ooh. Holy smokes. Now that's cool. 1939. Wow. That's gonna make some interesting reading material. Ohio Machinery. Got him a brand new cat grader. Those guys look like gangsters. Looks like Al Capone's crew. Wow. Man, there's a lot of them in here too. Okay, this is from November of 1945. Wow, that's neat. California Pacific Builder Engineer from 1967. Ooh, this ought to have some cool pictures in it. New symbol trademark for Caterpillar. Pac-Man logo, 1967. Oh, here you go. Farm equipment manufacturer trying to get in the construction business. What's wrong with these people? Oh, here's one about Idaho. Idaho hopes to participate in High Mountain Sheep Dam project. Got so many sheep in Idaho back in 45 we had to build a dam? Oh, here's another crazy machine, a Wabco. Wabco. That looks like a, what would that be? Looks like a 333. So this is gonna be fun. Let me show you some of the stuff that's in here. There's an international ad for their TD25B and their C. This is cool stuff. I've been going through this. There is so much cool stuff in here. Some of these go back 1945. There's one from 1943. Army construction in Alaska in 1943. There's one in here from 1929. This is cool, Bob. I absolutely love this. Now here's a really interesting one. So this is maintenance news from International Harvester. TD24 cooling facts. Now that's some cool information right there. That is so cool. and they talk about, you know, air in the system, and TD24s were terrible for breaking heads, and a lot of times it was because you couldn't keep pressure on the cooling system. Anyway, they got this in there that shows the different temperatures during combustion. That's neat. Anyway, Bob, this is gonna be fun. The boys are gonna enjoy going through this. I've already posted some pictures on Facebook of the TD25. So for those of you who follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I'll post some more pictures. Yes, Mr. Griffey, I'm busy. Hang on. Anyway, if you don't like Facebook, go get an Instagram account. You can mark your account as private. Nobody can see anything. Nobody knows who you are. You don't need a picture. It's totally different than Facebook. A lot of cool stuff on Instagram, and you can see what I'm up to. Anyway, thanks, Bob. I love this. Yes, Mr. Griffey. Did you hide your bone again and can't find it? Let's go find it. Let's go find it. So Jake went down to get a case of 750s, 749s, and some of these 326/6, what are they, 43s for the excavator. So I got a case of the 750s, case of the 749s, and this is what they gave him. They just threw them all in one box, which I kind of disappointed in that. I was hoping they'd be in 3 separate boxes. I mean, when you order a case, it should be in its own box. So I don't know why they did that. So I'm going to try to separate these and put them in some boxes so I can store them, keep them clean. So you ever had a job that was just a mess? Use that term. I threw everything at it but the kitchen sink. Well, I'm throwing the kitchen sink at this one. Well, winter showed up. Last time it did this, I was up at Henry's Lake building a road, if you remember. I may have that video somewhere. So we went out to try to do some work with the 37s, but it just keeps greasing things up, so we've given up for the day. So the snow's been flying. It's finally quit. I've been in the shop doing a little bit of house cleaning. The boys have not had time to work on their transmission. That probably won't happen till the snow flies. Let's go have a look at the D9er. So as you can see, the snow has melted, but it's blowing out of the north and it's cold. Cold. So the track tensioner issue, there's a lot of grease inside there. It could just be the relief valve that's leaking. Usually when you got grease that you can visually see, it's an external problem, not an internal problem. So Dave Hamilton gave me the AC unit for this and some pointers. He said, don't try to tip it by removing these. Undo these pads right here, because as it comes back on an arc, it's not going to want to come off of those. And then there's some other bolts you got to undo. Something about the front of the cab. I don't see anything there. Not sure exactly where he's talking. I don't know if there's some up front, but he suggested I take the whole cab off. And I think that's the direction I'll go, is get the whole cab off. And then I can get that red dot unit out and cut a piece of plate and repair that hole. And then I could pull the windows out and I can sandblast the whole thing. Then I could paint the inside and out. And then I could start getting my AC unit rebuilt and put back up in here. So you can see the one filter. The filters are still in there and the fan motors are still up on top with the guard. So you mount the AC system in here. Oh, and they cut the ROPS up there for the red dot mount unit. So all those holes have got to get welded shut. And then I've got to get the liner in here and up here. Oh, and I've got to get the louvers that go right there. And then there's an air tube that goes down through this and goes down there, and that's for heat. When you run the heater, that's to put heat on your feet. And then take these off so you don't damage them coming up through the hole. But anyway, I get all that. You know, if I'm going to take the whole cab off, I might as well blast it and paint it in here because it looks horrible. I still haven't located a plate for the floor, but it's just a rectangle plate. I could have that cut, do that part myself. Every chrome cylinder on this thing's got to come off and either get resealed or re-chromed. One of them definitely has got to get replaced. That's the right front dozer ram. I'm more than likely I'm going to be working on this when it's snowing and cold, so I'm probably going to want to roll it in the shop. Probably get it up on the cement before I pull the cab off. And then I'll just have to engage the tranny by hand and gently walk it in the shop. Anyway, somebody said I won't like that perforated hood laying on the ground, and yeah, in my climate I probably won't, so I probably need to find a hood for it. Going into this, I knew this thing was going to need some work, but again, I paid less for the whole tractor than a new undercarriage, so I feel like I'm money ahead already, even though I got to fix it. Fixing stuff up's right up my alley, and that's how I survive. My business model is, if you can't fix it yourself, there's no way you're going to survive doing this. So that's old Jeff's plan. Anyway, that cab is the same cab they use on a D7G, D8K, and the D9H. That's kind of incredible, isn't it? So, I don't know. Before it goes in the shop, whether I'll just, since every one of those cylinders have to come off, I don't know. Maybe I'll just set up some blocks out here and drop the whole beam off and the cylinders with it and run it in the shop bareback. It would make it a whole lot easier to work on all that stuff. Once the canopy's off, I can pull this whole rear unit off where it attaches to the rear frame points, and then you got lots of room in there to work. So they put left-hand threaded wheel nuts on the right-hand side of a little teeny Wiggins forklift. Why? Dumbest thing ever. With no anti-seize. Probably ruined that one. Great. One more. That's dumb. Okay, so I got it off. You remember I had that tire in the shop with all those sticks in it to spread the bead. Well, it don't matter on this one because it's got a tube in it. The reason it's got a tube, or possibly the tube did it, ruined all this. I don't think you could get a tubeless stem to seal in there. So I'll just put the dang tube back in. So it's bolt restock day today. I'm gonna fill up all the drawers in the service truck with all these cat bolts I got, and I got tons of them. If you remember, what's it been, a year ago, I bought all these, and I filled the drawers in my toolbox and those dividers. So now it's time to do the fuel or the service truck. Okay, more stuff gone. That other transmission out of the parts truck, we took it down to the airplane hangar, put it in there. The old 1693 block, that's gone. I've moved that out, so the boys get this thing back together, this tranny. All this stuff will be gone, and then I'll have room to get the cat in here. So I'm doing important stuff today. This was a huge pile of trees and stuff that blew down in that windstorm a year ago. Plus tree trimmings, all that stuff. It is cold today, windy. You can see the hills down there, Pocatello. They are covered in snow. Winter is just around the corner. So it looks like I need to poke the fire one more time with the old 88 fire poker, and I can go park that. Yard's looking pretty empty here. Scrapers are gone, D9's gone, excavator's gone, 613's gone, water wagon's gone, water truck. But here in another couple days there'll be a new addition showing up. Can't wait to show you that. Ha! Mr. Griffey has come out to inspect. What do you think, Mr. Griff? So anyway, I'll let that burn for a while, a couple hours. Hopefully it's out by dark. Anyway, stay tuned for what's going to show up here in the next couple of days. I think you'll like it.
It's alright. It's alright. You know I love this life I lead.